application developer. You can perform transactions and smart contract comprehension. You can work as smart contract programmer. You can work with blockchain integrated development environment. If you have the mastery of smart contract development, you can work as smart contract programmer. You can also work as blockchain engineer. You can build blockchain apps, and you can work with Hyperledger Fabric. And one good position is blockchain solution architect, in which you can build decentralized apps and cloud development and deployment. So these are four job titles you can. Now we enter the fourth or fifth contemporary trend of blockchain, that is in government. So there are 6 possible use cases. One is because government sectors, there are many kinds of records. They are generated and well maintained. So record management, identity management, PAN card, Aadhaar card, identity card, lot many voting, tax, because from government agencies to municipalities to central government, state governments, GSTs, taxes are very much part of the governance. So taxes, government and non-profit transparency, legislation, compilation, and regulatory oversight. So these are 6 possible use cases. If we enlarge them, this is going to be the government services. Blockchain can help to create government services for legislation records with decentralized ledger. These records are foolproof. Bills and payments, welfare distribution. There are so many welfare streams like Manrega, and there are so many other schemes in which the government can work in welfare distribution, digitize IDs, healthcare services, cyber protection, security and safety, and taxation. So how it is basically important? So why blockchain can work for government, and why decentralized solution? Because government works in the centralized kind of fashion. So it can give up the centralized control and centralized data management. The overall system becomes more secure and less subject to hacking and data theft. So there are going to be individuals, business and government shares. They have data for basic government functions. And what are the basic government functions? Tax remittances, licenses, permit, fees, applications, and all this. So data is distributed and shared among multiple nodes. These, when I say nodes, compute nodes, and they are secured by powerful cryptography. So there is no single point of failure. So you are out of the single point of failure. You are out of the centralized data management, centralized control. And why you are out of the this? Because hackers in this case, when it is using the blockchain technology, hackers are powerless. Why they are powerless? Because hacking one node is not going to serve the purpose. The hackers will not have the access to data, because you have to hack all the nodes. And with the current Ethereum blockchain that is there in practice, you need more than $7 billion of computing power to hack the entire system, and which is a very difficult and complicated part. The another problem, why blockchain technology for governments? So there are, with every country is facing this, the corruption in public procurement. Now, why the corruption is there? Because maybe because of inadequate record keeping, low public accountability, centralized control and information access. It also leads to corruption and repeat players or in-person interactions. Now, the inherent features, intrinsic features of blockchains gives you the capacity to mitigate the corruption problem. How and why? So number one, it is going to be impartial, decentralized information ownership and authority, which is inherent to blockchain technology. Transactional, it is going to be traceable transaction and automated functionalities. Transparent, because blockchain is going to bring a lot many transparency. So real-time transparency and auditability is going to be inherent, and it is going to be immutable, tempered, evident record. Now, these 4 this impartiality, transactional transparency, and immutability actually can help you to mitigate the corruption possibility in governance. That means blockchain is going to provide this value addition in three major stuff. One is value transfer, low cost and near real time, without intermediary and beyond money. Smart contracts through software protocols, ledger content, and it will be executed when the conditions are met only. Otherwise, it won't be executed because code is law. That's why. Record keeping. It creates immutable records without reliance on a trusted third party and under agreed consensus protocol. So this three major stuff is going to give you a lot many value additions. Now we come to the fifth contemporary or the fifth trend of this. Now I am going to touch the cryptocurrency part. So let us have the comparison between fiat money and cryptocurrency. So fiat money, it's a physical medium of exchange, the money which we are using, the currency notes. Cryptocurrency is going to be digital medium of exchange. Fiat money is represented by bills and coins. Cryptocurrency is going to be represented by one private and one public piece of code. Fiat money, unlimited supply, government can produce as needed. Definitely, there are some gold reserve standards, but anyway. Cryptocurrency, limited supply. Each cryptocurrency has a set maximum, and we'll see that in coming slides. Fiat money, issued by a government, produced by computers, cryptocurrency. Fiat money, centralized, it is issued and controlled by law and banks, central banks, like Reserve Bank of India is our central bank. Value determined by markets and regulations. Cryptocurrency, it is decentralized, it is not controlled by any government or entity, and value is determined by supply and demand. So this slide talks about the fiat currency and all the kinds of currencies. So fiat currency is a legal tender, or you can say promissory note, which Reserve Bank actually gives us, whose value is backed by the government and not a physical commodity, and therefore it has no intrinsic value. Versus commodity money, it has intrinsic value and it is derived from the materials like gold or silver. The another kind of currency is representative money. It is backed by a physical commodity and it is issued by the government. So they are in the form of checks and credit cards. And cryptocurrency is a digital currency free of a central authority that's backed by blockchain technology. So how can cryptocurrency be used in this case? So here in this cycle, there are four major comparison points: payments, utility, value storage, that is total supply, and transactions. So Bitcoin, a maximum 21 million Bitcoin can be mined, and we already mined 18.5 million of the amount. Chainlink, that is link, helps monetize data feed with smart contracts. When we say Stellar enables cross-border payments between individuals and end users. And so far as Tezos are concerned, actually the word Tezo is derived from ancient Greek, and this it means smart contract. So according to its developer, it means smart contract. And if you look at Tezos has a utility part only. This is a fun slide because we already spent 1 hour. So I thought one fun slide, cryptocurrency scam. So if you see a tweet or a text message or an email or other message on the social media that tells you that to pay with cryptocurrency, that's a scam. So beware of such messages. Again, this is a fun slide. If you consider carrying money like the app is carrying, then when you use Bitcoin, are quite advanced ones. So this is nothing but the way the evolution of apps to human is depicted in this slide. You can also see from money back to smart card or credit card, and from credit card it is digital currency Bitcoin. Now we come to wallets. So there are 4 major kinds of wallets: desktop wallets, mobile wallets, hardware wallets, and paper wallets, and in support Bitcoin wallets and hot wallets. So when you say mobile or desktop wallets, security is reasonable, but ease of use is quite good. But when you say paper wallet, security is quite good, but ease of use is it's not that much good. Hardware wallet, security is maximum, ease of use is a good one. In exchange wallet, security is compromised, but ease of use is really very good. So let us try to understand this four types of wallets. So let us discuss it is the same content. Desktop wallets, it is installed on a desktop computer. It is available for Linux, Mac and Windows. And the examples of desktop wallets are like Bitcoin Notes, Arcbit or Armory. Mobile wallets, they are installed on a smartphone. They allows making payments from anywhere using your mobile phone. They allow making payments in physical stores by using NFC tap to pay technology. They are available on Android, iOS, BlackBerry, Windows Phone and all this. The examples of mobile wallets are Coinspace, Green Address, Byther, Airbits, Blitz. Web wallets, it allows using Bitcoins from anywhere to any browser or mobile device. The examples are Coinapult, BitGo, Coinspace, Green Address. And the hardware wallets, they require private keys, are stored in secure devices, and the examples are Trezor, Digital Bitpots, KeepK, Ledger Nano S, and all this. In this slides actually talks about the pros and cons of online wallets. Pros of online wallets: easy to set up, easy to access, and free. Cons are fake websites are endlessly trying to phish your private key. Desktop wallets, the cons are regular updates are required. It is not practical to carry the desktop around. We can understand. Hardware wallets, the cons are more expensive. Not all models are user friendly. But the advantage of hardware wallets are offline. You can carry them easily, and it is multi-purpose. Paper wallets, the pros are offline, a great backup you can create. Cons are not easy to use. Now, this is the elements of a Bitcoin transactions. I presume that Bitcoin transactions, as blockchain enthusiast, you might have done. So basically, what we focus on the verification of the transactions. Now we again come back to the application areas where this the coins are going to create impact. So you can say IoT, gun safety, marketing, media, legal part, and all this. So now we enter a new paradigm. It's been one hour almost, but I hope I'm quite audible and my slides are visible. So it is Orocrypt. It is digitized precious metals on the Ethereum blockchain. Now let us try to understand why I have kept this up a couple of slides just for your information, that this is going to be the size of the metal market compared to the well-known business to consumer, that is B2C market. So let us discuss the selected B2C market. So music streaming, Apple Music or Spotify, it is going to be $8 billion market. Food delivery, $21 billion market. Ride sharing, $33 billion market, dominated by Uber and other companies like Lyft and all this. Small appliances, it is going to be it is $55 billion market, dominated by companies like Amazon and Ting. But base metal market is $182 billion market, in which zinc is going to be $43 billion and copper is $118 billion market. So the total metal market is going to be $400 billion. And that's why the next step is going to be the iron, $148 billion market. So these metal markets are very much, and that's why our currency has been kept called Orocrypt, which is Ethereum blockchain based precious metal digitized currency. Anyway, so once that story is done, let us try to understand what is coming. So non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and central bank digital currency. Along with that, digital identity, health records, international remittances, and all this. Friends, keeping the time constraint in mind, we are going to discuss NFTs, that is non-fungible tokens, and central bank digital currency, that is CBDC. in coming slides. So let us discuss NFTs. So what is NFT? NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. They are one of a kind digital assets that can take the form of GIFs, tweets, and more. They exist on a blockchain currency and give the buyer digital ownership right. Now, two important things to remember. They exist on blockchain currency and they give buyer the digital ownership rights. So what is that? So it's a cryptographic token and it represents something unique and has an individual characteristic that puts it apart. So what is an NFT, non-fungible token? So while every Bitcoin is identical, non-fungible tokens are unique in nature. Non-fungible tokens are like plane tickets. They all look the same, but each have a different seat and number and destination. Non-fungible tokens are ideal for creating digital versions of collectibles like art and trading cards. There are other use cases include digitizing our identities using non-fungible tokens or providing ownership of things like real estate ownership using non-fungible tokens. So non-fungible tokens are often based on Ethereum blockchain and it is following the Ethereum standards ERC-721. And we are going to discuss this standard. Now these tokens can be bought and sold on second-hand marketplaces also. So what are going to be the main features of non-fungible tokens or NFTs? Ownership, transferable, and authenticity. NFTs are the blockchain powering, they clamp down on counterfeiting. It's not possible, and they give buyers confidence that they will get what they are paying for. They are transferables. They can be freely traded on special markets. They also solve the annoying problem of wallet gardens in games. And ownership is there, and you own the rights, and you can make this. It's a digital assets. So let us expand our understanding of non-fungible tokens. So non-fungible tokens are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. Tokenizing these real-world tangible assets allow them to be bought, sold, and traded more efficiently while reducing the probability of fraud. So very easy trading and fraud probability is reduced. It's about double bonanza kind of advantage. Non-fungible tokens are an evolution over the relatively simple concept of cryptocurrencies. NFTs can be used to represent real world items like artwork or real estate or house property, something like that. NFTs can also be used to represent people's identities, property rights, and more. The most exciting possibility for NFTs lies in the creation of new markets and forms of new investments. So what are the examples of non-fungible tokens? Number one example, CryptoKitties. It's the perfect example of non-fungible tokens. Football trading cards, basketball trading cards, Banksy artwork, Kings of Leon album, they all are non-fungible tokens. So this is the assets, fungible assets as well as non-fungible assets. CryptoKitties, copyrights, artwork, property deals, non-fungibly they can be done. What are fungible part? Bitcoin, carbon credits, oil, gold, they are fungible. So now you might have many questions. What is the fundamental difference between fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens? Let us differentiate the fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens. Fungible tokens are interchangeable. Our token can be exchanged to any other token of the same type. If we make an analogy with the fiat currency, a dollar bill can be exchanged for any other dollar bill that makes no difference for the holder. So it is interchangeable. Non-fungible tokens, they are non-interchangeable. It cannot be replaced with another non-fungible token of the same type. Even with the same type, you cannot, it is not interchangeable. If you lend a token to somebody else, you expect that person to return you the same token and not the another of the same type. You cannot exchange your birth certificate for a birth certificate of another person. That is the best example of non-interchangeability. So non-fungible tokens are non-interchangeable in nature. Fungible tokens are uniform. All tokens of the same type are identical in specifications. Each token is identical to another. Non-NFT is unique. Each token is unique and different to all other tokens of the same type also. Divisible. Fungible tokens are divisible into smaller units. It doesn't matter which units you get as long as the value remains the same. Like if I were to give the analogy, like there are 100 rupee note, I can give you 250 rupee note, or I can give you 520 rupee notes. Yes, divisible in nature. Non-fungible tokens, they are non-divisible in nature. Non-fungible tokens cannot be divided. The elementary unit is one token and only one token. Fungible tokens use ERC20 standard. It's a well-known Ethereum blockchain standard. Non-fungible tokens use ERC721 standard. It is a new standard on Ethereum blockchain, and it gives the possibility to issue unique non-fungible tokens. And the examples are crypto collectibles or crypto kitties. So fungible dollar, Bitcoin, Ethereum, non-fungible crypto kitties, art, house or property. So let us try to understand the global scenario of non-fungible tokens. By sector, non-fungible token sales are like 47% in gaming, 27% for collectibles, 8% for sports, 5% each for art and utility. So far as the market value is concerned, 2018, $40 billion, 2019, $141 million, 2020, $338 million, and it is rapidly growing 724%. So NFTs in brief, there are 6.6 million. That is the price paid for a 10-second video artwork piece. Only 10-second video artwork piece, $6.6 million were paid. There is $400 billion estimated value of the NFT market by 2025. And 1.5 million, the amount paid for a plot of virtual real estate, 1.5 million. So it is already there in the market, and this is the global scenario. Now let us come to the Ethereum standards. ERC20 standards, it is for fungible tokens. Transfer of value between users is possible. Ethereum ERC721, it is for non-fungible tokens. Example is CryptoKitties. Transfer of rights can take place. There is no KYC or AML. KYC is built in. No recovery mechanism. Recovery mechanism is there. When false address is there, it is returned to the wallet. It is only a two-step transaction process. Mining and burning is available. Minting and burning is available with ERC20 standard. With ERC721, which is based on this, no minting or burning is possible, is available. But there is another Ethereum standards, ERC1155 standard. It is for both fungible and non-fungible token standards. Though it provides transfer of value or rights, recovery mechanism is also available, and minting and burning is available. So anyway, NFT is based on ERC721 standards, and we already discussed the features at greater this. So let us come to, because we are using this word collectibles many a number of times, so let us try to compare original artwork with non-fungible token. Original artwork, collectible, exists in 3 dimensions and can be touched, like a famous Mona Lisa painting. Non-fungible token, collectible, is composed of unique software code. Financial value is based on supply and demand for original artwork. Financial value is again supply and demand. Security features include watermarks for original artwork. Here the security features include is unique encrypted code. So NFTs, artwork or collectibles, the security feature is unique encrypted code. It is able to alter by owner if desired. Somebody, cannot be altered by owner for any reason once it is codified. Now we come to the second contemporary, which is called CBDC, central bank digital currency. Now why central bank digital currencies? We are quite aware with central banks for every country. For India, it is Reserve Bank of India. How central bank digital currencies differ from other payment methods? So there are three major verticals: liability of the central bank, electronics, and universally accessible. When universally accessible and liability of central bank, the common denominator is cash. When liability of central bank and electronic, the cross section is reserve. And when universally accessible and electronic, it is a bank account or digital wallet or cryptocurrency. But when I combine all these three dimensions, liability of central bank, universally accessible also, and electronic also, then it is the common is central bank digital currency. So central bank digital currency basically stands in peer-to-peer, centralized issuer, and pseudo or fully anonymous way. So this is the money flower. It is nothing but taxonomy of money. Now here you can see that one dimension is central bank issued, another is token based, the third dimension is digital, and fourth is widely accessible. And the common is central bank digital tokens, general purpose, central bank reserves and settlement accounts, and central bank digital. And we are going to discuss CBDC types, so don't worry. So cash, CBDC, RTGS, and RTGS plus, they are compared on this 6-7 parameters: independence, operational efficiency, bearer instrument, anonymity, accessibility, service availability, programmability, and operational efficiency. Cash, yes, no programmability, no operational efficiency, independence is there. RTGS, service availability is there, operational efficiency little bit compromised, and accessibility, yes, well within the preferable limit. CBDC scores very good in terms of accessibility, service availability, programmability, operational efficiency. Now, what is that? So when it's a fiat currency, there's going to be bank X, there's going to be bank Y, there's going to be the end user, and then there's going to be the settlement institution. But Metaco is a central bank digital currency, wallet A, wallet C, and the central bank into picture. That means there is going to be three kinds of CBDC, central bank digital currency: indirect, direct, and hybrid. What is indirect CBDC? The CBDC is indeed indirectly issued by the central bank, and the indirect CBDC represents a claim on an intermediary. Intermediaries handle retail payments. The central bank wholesale payments is also in. So there is going to be the person, the merchant, the commercial bank into the picture. Direct central bank, the CBDC is a direct claim on the central bank, and it is quite visible, which keeps real-time records and updates balances. Private sector companies also can directly deal with central bank. Hybrid CBDC has payment service provider as intermediary. So a direct claim on the central bank is combined with a private sector messaging layer, and payments are handled by intermediaries. And in this case, payment service provider is the intermediary. The central bank has capacity to restore retail payments if intermediaries are under technical stress. That means from consumer needs, we look forward for cross-border payment. CBDC design कैसे उसको support करता है? Wholesale or retail interlink. From consumer, accessible to all and ensure privacy. Account or token-based access technology is there. Resilient and robust operations. Do we have DLT-based or conventional central bank infrastructure? So these are the CBDC design choices. Architecture, central bank infrastructure, access technology, and interlinkages. These are 4 CBDC design choices. Now, based on this, let us compare cryptocurrencies and CBDC. CBDC, one more time, stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. Cryptocurrencies, decentralized. CBDC, fully centralized. Cryptocurrencies, legal and regulatory framework yet to develop. It is issued, CBDC issued by a legal entity and bound by regulatory framework. Cryptocurrencies, transaction ledger visible to all. CBDC, transaction ledger is kept secret. Cryptocurrencies, encrypted. CBDC is likely not to be encrypted. And CBDC, account-based transactions requiring a digital identity. So let us enlarge this comparisons of cryptocurrencies and CBDC. Cryptocurrencies, use of decentralized ledger technology, blockchain. CBDC, centralized by monetary authority. Potential to use a form of distributed ledger as infrastructure. Now this is important. Decentralized ledger technology, and here distributed ledger as infrastructure, as a component of that. Cryptocurrencies privately issued, not backed by or supported or authored by central bank. CBDC issued by country's central bank. If it is India, and if they launch and they are thinking actually, then it is Reserve Bank of India. Cryptocurrency not backed by assets or regulated by governments. CBDC is backed by reserves like gold reserves, foreign exchange reserves, and subject to regulation. Cryptocurrencies limited supply. CBDC's supply can be controlled by central bank. The way it is fiat cash, same. Supply can be controlled by central bank. Cryptocurrencies, retail peer-to-peer use only. CBDC, it could be a retail currency or wholesale. Cryptocurrencies, over 5,000 cryptocurrencies exist. Only one CBDC in the operation. The Bahamas and the Caribbean islands, yes, they have the CBDC in operation and execution stage. That is the Bahamas. So let us, we already discussed features of CBDCs. So we should not focus on pros of this. Let us discuss on cons of CBDCs. Privacy, accessibility of centralized CBDC blockchain networks, it would be the con. That is the disadvantage or the gray side. Strong state control and oversight over network and transactions. It is going to be the con or gray side. High lending rates, banks get less funding. The pros of CBDCs are they are regulated, less chance of scams, federal bank's responsibility is there. Legal tender, less fluctuations in value and can be used for any commercial transactions. Cryptocurrencies, dark web activity is the biggest issue with cryptocurrencies. Anti-money laundering risk and criminal organizations can use cryptocurrencies to support their unlawful activities. The another gray area of cryptocurrency is fluctuation in price, potential for high losses. Lack of regulation, scam and enforcement risks are always there with cryptocurrencies. The examples are Bitcoins and others. So this is going to be your CBDC network, central bank, and then number 1, number 2, issue, redeem, withdrawal, deposit to wallets, transfer to wallets or individual accounts, or transfers to shops. So there are going to be 4 types of CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Token-based CBDCs, it is based on peer-to-peer payments. Account-based CBDCs, it is meant for payment and store of value. Retail CBDCs, like in the form of money cards, e-money, digital wallets, all-purpose CBDCs like direct CBDC, store of value CBDC like safe assets kind of CBDC. Wholesale CBDCs, large companies and payment service providers, all-purpose CBDCs, indirect CBDCs, they are called wholesale CBDCs. So we have discussed types of CBDCs like token-based, account-based, retail, and wholesale. So bank is going to play a very key role in hybrid CBDC system. A robust IT infrastructure will be needed to maintain resiliency of the network. It will be important to integrate CBDC-related applications and functionalities with existing core banking and payment systems. Third, it will be necessary to take care of user endpoints and consider value-added services. And fourth, security concerns need to be addressed, and compliance will always be a challenge. If a bank, central bank, wants to create this CBDC system, these 4, robust IT infrastructure, integration with existing stuff, value-added services, and security and compliance regulatory issues are going to be the major 4 ones. So what are going to be the design choices for CBDC? If I want the access as feature, the design choices are going to be wholesale and retail. And it is going to serve as base case for retail market. If my feature choice for CBDC is intermediation, 1 tier and 2 tier, I can think of. and two tiers with CBDC account limits. If my feature is technology driven, then token or distributed ledger, and account or centralized ledger. I can have two options, either distributed ledger or centralized ledger. And this I'm not going to read, but this is just for you to understand that this is the CBDC mind map. Covers lot many points. I just read the major areas. Risk in adopting CBDCs. What is it? Way forward and reasons for issuing digital currencies. And this is the global CBDC initiatives. And if we zoom this figure, this is going to be the outcome. Central banks are at varying stages of developing digital currencies. Plan to issue CBDC, India, China, they are players. Actively exploring CBDC feasibility, United States, South American continent countries, portions of South Africa, European countries. CBDC already being issued. Yeah, Bahamas and Eastern Caribbean are issuing CBDC and conducting research. Australia, Pakistan, and portions of Middle East, they are conducting research on. So this is the digital ambition graph of. So this is going to be the bank specific factors and market specific factors for the points which we have discussed so far. Financial cost, revenue structure is going to be the bank specific factors. Market specific factors are going to be CBDC replacement structure, average transactions, money circulation factors, and all this. Now again we come to types of wallets: e-wallets, e-money wallet, crypto wallet, IoT wallet, and mobile wallet. E-money wallet, web applications for online payments and storage of e-money, digital assets, and user data. Crypto wallets, wallets storing the keys of users to access their cryptocurrencies and conduct transactions. IoT wallets, wallets attached to IoT devices, allowing purchase directly from here. Mobile wallets, online or offline wallets. I'm not going to read it. So how to fund your e-wallet? How to top up your e-wallet? So there are methods like credit. You can use credit card, like Visa, Master credit card to top up your e-wallet. Debit card, online bank transfer, or MOL, pay cash. Or auto reader feature is also being supported. Now, this is a slide which talks about contactless innovations, and blockchain has a role to play. Like COVID time, everything was contactless fun, like stay home, stay active. 1 lakh plus views were generated for e-wallet lifestyle content. Contactless news, like 50 million people access COVID-19 information through e-wallets. Contactless protection, Alipay COVID-19 prevention problem. Contactless delivery, if you cannot cook. Contactless supermarket, eat well, live well. Top 5 most popular purchases among Chinese living in Dubai, it's shown in the figure. And contactless philanthropy. Why contactless? Because COVID-19, when it was at peak, yes, the humans were under great threat, infectious threat, so contactless have. So my present is all about real money, bank, central bank promises, services, and end user. And my future is going to be services and CBDC. So in that, cashless payment, service interconnection, and digitized payments. So if I take the world view of digital payment statistics, 96% in South Korea, just 4% of transactions are made using banknotes. 96% transactions are digital payments. Barely a quarter of payments are made in Japan are cashless. 50%, half of retailers in Sweden expect to stop accepting cash payments by 2025. In UK, by 2028, banknotes will only be used for 90% of the payments. And 10%, 1/10 of the central banks have started a trial of their digital currency. That is a big 1/10 of the central banks. So what is the difference between account-based CBDCs and digital tokens. Account-based CBDC is left-hand side and ownership is tied to an identity. So account-based CBDC, what is the mantra or the main word? I am, therefore I own. So I am Mr. A, transfer 1 from my account to C's account. So ID of A, execute if A's identity can be verified. So I am, therefore I own. Digital tokens, I know, therefore I own. So private key A encrypts this string, public key A verifies that string, that private key A was supposed to encrypt, and then it will execute the $1 transfer. Using public key, A shows that digital signature is correct. So the first order impact of these CBDCs and digital currencies and all this is going to be short-term disruption. Second order impact, reduce role as an intermediary. Third order impact on bank credit, and higher order impacts like reduce risk, over resilience of wholesale money, issue with new stable coins and all this. Now we enter another era or another point of contemporary, because I am supposed to deliver this session on the recent trends of blockchain technology. So I'm discussing the contemporary applications and technology aspects of blockchain. And right now we are looking at this slide called types of crowdfunding. So we are aware with what is crowdfunding. It is reward-based crowdfunding. It involves individuals' contributions, comparatively small amounts, money, to projects in return of some kind of reward. Donation-based crowdfunding, it is a way to source money for a project by asking a large number of contributors to individually donate a small amount to it. Example is GoFundMe. And peer-to-peer lending, it is the practice of lending money to individuals or businesses through online services that match lending with borrowers. So blockchain and crowdfunding is all about the magic of decentralization, tokenization, high availability and immediate provision, and smart contract to enforce funding terms. So what are the steps to crowdfunding operations? So number one, idea aana chahiye. Idea, donation, reward, revenue, reward, validation, debt, equity, expansion, equity, debt, and maturity, institutional. So with crowdfunding, there is going to be two major stuff: time invariant features and time varying features. What are going to be time invariant features? Office में. अच्छा. हाँ, हाँ, हाँ. Okay. हाँ, okay. हाँ, हाँ, sir. हाँ, हाँ, lecture बचू. हाँ. So what are going to be the time invariant features? Fundraising post, age, gender, city, and insurance. Disease diagnosis verification. These are. What are going to be time varying features? When the post is shared on social network platforms, and mushrooming can take place or it can go viral. Daily inflow of number of shares, number of direct messages, users, daily inflow of number of variations, number of donors, number of views, daily inflow of number of replies to donors, like day 0, day 1 to day 2042, likewise. So what they are going to do, customers, insurance platform, marketplace, and they are going to post the demand either on standardized product or specific demand. So this is the crowdfunding process for small businesses. So number one, develop a business idea or goal. Choose a crowdfunding site. Then the next step is crowdfunding site screens you for eligibility and fit. Create your crowdfunding campaign, describe your business idea or goal. Share your campaign with family, friends on social networks. Supporters pledge funding, campaigns closes, and you receive funds. Crowdfunding platform subtracts its fee, its monetary aspects. Complete your business goal or bring your product to market. Reward your supporters with equity or product samples or loan interest. So this is going to be the full cycle of launching new product or business idea or goal using crowdfunding process. So one more time, the same steps, crowdfunding process for startup firms. So develop the business idea or goal, choose the site, screens, your campaign, share your campaign with friends, campaign them, crowdfund platform subtracts its fee, and then you can complete your business goal or bring it. So same words, same, but now it is horizontally. So that's why I have kept this slide. So blockchain and crowdfunding is all about tokenization, magic of decentralization, high availability and immediate provision, and smart contracts to enforce funding terms. So one term more time, we are back to the cycle of blockchain, which talks about microfinance, digital rights, supply chain, proof of identity, crowdfunding, global payments, P2P lendings, and all this. Now I come to a slide on which I'm not going to, like in stock market, we have IPO. On this blockchain technology, you can have ICOs. And these ICOs are supported by cryptocurrencies, investment, crowdfunding, trust, blockchain technology. ICOs can be well formed by startups, and there are risk factors also. So it is like a parallel system. In stock market, we have IPO. In this blockchain-driven, this decentralized ledger-driven market, we have ICOs. Now, if all we are actually going towards the end of our the tail end of our presentations. So this is going to be the blockchain technology helping business. So number one is ICO development, then big chain database application development, smart contract optimization, stellar blockchain solutions, build decentralized app, DApp that we already discussed, hyperledger application development, and EOS application development. So you can be the blockchain core developer, or you can be a blockchain software developer. So blockchain core developer handles the design architecture of blockchain technology. And the software developer will use this architecture to create blockchain applications. So you can create, if you are a core developer, you can put this development and deployment stuff on cloud platform, and the software developers can use them to develop or to deploy very many applications. Now, if we enlarge that job software development or job market, there are many layers. One is infrastructure layer. Infrastructure layer is denoted using that bright green color. Infrastructure layer is composed of compute, storage, network, virtualization, and mining as a service. Now, this is a keyword, mining as a service. Network and protocol layer is all about permissions, side chains, proof of work, proof of stake, Byzantine, fault tolerance, gossip. Service layer, it's one well-explored layer. Encryption service, application server, event managers, distributed databases, distributed file store, connectors, digital identity, digital assets, smart contracts, wallets, Oracle, multi-signatures, trackers. These are all part of a service layer. And you can work on this couple of layers. Application layer is all about user interface, logic, application integration, and programming languages. And governance layer is all about strategy, policy, architecture, reporting, and training. So these 5 layers: infrastructure, network and protocol layer, service layer, application layer, and governance layer, they actually speak volumes so far as your career growth is concerned, so far as the job opportunity market is concerned. This is a very complicated slide, but I have kept it just to make you aware that there is a transactional model of natural gas industry, IoT with blockchain. And there's going to be distributed AI-based blockchain, smart contracts on public blockchain, all this. And this is for fun. A person visits some secretary. The person asks, where should we focus this year? The person replies, blockchain. It will change everything. Everybody is talking about blockchain. The potential applications are endless. We don't want to be left behind. Then the executive asked, "What exactly is blockchain?" Then the person says, "Also artificial intelligence." So he cannot explain. So he changes the topic. So this is my second last slide. This is regarding Steve Jobs. You can quote him, disagree with him, glorify or vilify him. But the one thing you cannot do is ignore him, because he changed things. He pushed the human race forward. And while some may see him as crazy one, we see genius in him. Steve Jobs is responsible for many out of the box product, be it iPhone or iPad. And one thing I would like to share here, that Apple is $1 trillion company, so far as market valuation, perhaps more than that. But the sale of Apple is somewhere around $1 trillion, or maybe 63% of Apple closes a prison. There's a meaning to it, and let me share the meaning. Actually, if there is more crime in the society, people always says that, can we have more number of police force? Can we have more number of law enforcing agencies? Can we have more number of policemen on the streets? Can we have more number of traffic polices and all this? Can we have more number of prisons and courts and all this? But that is not the solution, which are actually you are targeting the symptoms. You have to target the root cause. So if there is more crime in society, you have to open more schools, because once you open more schools and you motivate faculties, and faculties ultimately motivate students to be good citizens, law abiding citizens, fair and genuine citizens, crime rate will automatically come down. So that's why this quote is one of my favorites. Victor Hugo: he who opens a school door closes a prison. So with this, I conclude my session. Thank you very much. Uh, uh, thank you. It was supposed to be 2 hour session, but anyway, I just wrapped it up. Maybe we can spend 15 minutes on question answer. That was my initial idea, but now we have almost 20 minutes on question answer. Archie Shah, yes, you raised your hand. Can you, can somebody unmute her and Dishil Bagasia has also raised his hand. Yes, uh, Fred, you can go on with your query.
So in NFT, if we take screenshot of any other NFT and we put on any of the platform, then is it okay?
You have to speak bit loudly. Yeah, you are talking about NFT platform. Can you repeat your query?
Uh, sir, I was asking that if we take screenshot of any other NFT and keep on the any of the platform, then is it okay, or we have to make the unique NFT?
You have to you don't make NFTs. NFTs are unique in nature. They are non-transfer. They are indivisible. They are unique, and the code makes them unique. So basically, these screenshots or applications is not going to serve the purpose. Basically, NFT, if you look at the features, the fundamentals, and the comparison with so NFTs are non-divisible, they are unique in nature. So it is like, and I have given you this example of plane ticket, that they look the same, but they are not. So basically what you are trying to do is you are just trying to uh, own it and then you are going to transact it. So it's either ownership or transaction. You cannot divide it, you cannot interchangeable भी नहीं है. So screenshots or application driven tricks is not going to work with NFTs because anyway they are non fungible. So the word itself says they are non fungible in nature. So that's why I think I have answered your question. If you have any sub query regarding your query, you can still.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any person?
Hello, sir.
Haji.
Uh, my question was, in NFT, can we just add images, or we can also save, or it can also be stored, or like NFT can be used as a storage purposes?
Actually, your question is divided into two parts. One is like artwork or collectibles. So for collectibles or artwork, it is very well defined that the code is integral part of the artwork or collectibles. So no, you cannot do it. And what was your second query? Your second query was to
We can store. Can we use NFT as a storage purposes? Digital storage.
uh, let me give you the answer in a different way. Uh, the NFT, the non fungible tokens can be stored, but for NFT, because it is Ethereum standard driven, so for storage, the conventional storage is going to be there. What you are talking about is the NFT convertibles or the NFT artworks. Yes, the NFT artworks, if you own it, you can definitely store it. But if you are not the owner, there is no point in storing it. The reason being is the ownership does not lie with you. So NFTs, because they are non-divisible and they are unique in nature, for storage, the conventional storage is well enough. But though I am replying your question, I am still not getting the query. Why you want to store it? You want to say that you want to use NFT standards and technology for storage purpose? You should not
Yes,
use it
sir.
for storage purpose. Actually, you should use the NFC standards and the NFT technology model for some kind of uniqueness. Storage is you can use the standards. So you want to create in immutable. I'm sorry. So why, I'm still not getting your query. Why you want to create? See, standards cannot be used for storage. If you want to create unit storage pattern, here I'm getting your question. If you want to create unit storage patterns, perhaps that NFC Ethereum standard 725 you can use. But again, you will make it immutable. So once you make it immutable, how that storage is going to accommodate edits and append operations? So that's why it is a challenge. Otherwise, you can use this NFC 725, that is Ethereum standard, to uniquely address and identify your storage compartments. So that way you can do it, but then after it will be immutable. And if you are using NFT, again it is going to be immutable. So NFT
Okay.
has very many applications. See, I agree. I agree with your question that NFT can have very many applications. But then what is the purpose of using NFT for that particular set of applications? Because NFTs have very significant role to play in the emerging market, and that's why there is a virtual property deal of $1 million. There is a unique painting of $1 million or a video stream of this. But it is anyway, like we have watermarking, we have NFT uh, ization likewise.
Yes, sir, I got it. Sir, there is another question in my mind. Uh, is it possible that we store any data as a NFT, but we can't show to another user?
Uh, so what you are asking is you are asking about the sharing rights of the data. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, NFT should not be limited to thumping the data segment. NFT should not be used its use should not be limited as watermarking. NFT has a very prominent features, and keeping those features in mind, whatever you can do, you can definitely make it accessible. But for them, getting it accessed has limited options. The reason being is the features of NFT. If I go back to the slides, perhaps they are non-divisible, they are unique, and they are non-interchangeable. They can be used to represent real world items like artwork and real estate. It can be used to represent identities, property rights. So yes, uniqueness is attached to that identity. Then after the identity, you can share to an agency also. Suppose you are using NFT for your voter ID, and then you can give access to your voter ID to third party like election commission or banking authority. You can definitely, so in that way they can access, but you are actually sharing your identities, which has inherent integration of NFT. Is it fine?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. I hope I have solved your query. I finished some 12, 13 minutes before, so we can take more questions. Because initially when I started, I kept only 10 to 12 minutes for question answer session, but now we have almost, when I concluded my last slide, we had almost 21 minutes or 19 minutes remaining. So we can have more questions.
Yes, students. If any one of you is having question, you can ask to sir.
Hope you are enlightened audience. Perhaps I cover lot many contemporary technology models and recent trends in my slides. But I hope it has really served the purpose of making you aware about each one of the contemporary development in blockchain technology or using blockchain technology.
Sir, I think we don't have questions from
Okay.
students.
So the only concluding remark is one query that the second session we are going to have on the research avenues. So that we are going to start at 1:30.
1:30. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, 1:30 to 3:30. Fine. Okay, fine. So
Yes,
you can
sir.
conclude
Yeah.
from your side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. So students, now we'll be having the lunch break, and after post lunch session, we'll be meeting. So it will be 1:30. So I request all the participants to join at 1:30, and sir will enlighten us with the research trends in blockchain technology. So yes, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for your patient listening.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
madam, for coordinating the event. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yes.